That's been forced. You can see the way it's kinked. So you can see the difference. This is my 2011 Vito. I've had it a while, but it's never really been a great starter. It's like me getting up in the morning. It will do it, but it's not very enthusiastic about it. But I did a bit of digging the other day and realised that there's a problem with it. I thought perhaps the battery was getting a bit worn, old. But if we have this out, you can see the problem. So this is under the seat, and if you see, that's the battery there with the positive terminal there. You shouldn't be able to see that. That should be under here. So that's the wrong size battery. If we take this cover off, it's further compounded by this. An 096 is a 74 amp hour battery. Everywhere you look for one of these Vitos, it'd be 100 amp. So someone has not only put the wrong battery in, but there's two bolts under there. That's where the clamp should be. It doesn't fit. I don't know what they were thinking there. So what we're fitting is a Vita 100 amp. I don't know if you can tell, but it's considerably longer. The one that's in there is about 270 mil long. This one, just over 350. So it's the same width, same height. This one's just longer. I don't know what they're thinking. It doesn't even fit properly. So, however, we're going to rectify that. So all we need to do this is a 10 mil socket, ratchet and an extension. This is quarter drive. Shouldn't be anything more than that. So before we do this, make sure there's at least one door open in case when we put it back it locks for some reason, but it shouldn't be a problem because this door is going to be open. Now this is where you would undo the clamp, but we haven't got that luxury as someone decided not to bother with it. So we should be able to get this out enough so that we can undo this negative terminal. If we loosen it off, we can bring it round. It gives us a bit more. Right, that's that off, and then pull the rest of it out. Get this tube off. Right. My one, the cable's been all bent over, so I can't slide it out. Someone's made a real mess of this. There we go. What were they thinking? Right, that's the old one out. So you can see the difference. Same height and width, but that's a little bit bigger. More importantly, that's positive negative, that's positive negative, so the posts are around the right way because it's going to sit in there like that. But I've got to check the wiring now. So on mine, it's quite tight in there, and there's a couple of, well, there's a sharp edge. Obviously where this has been stuffed in, I've split all the insulation on these cables, so I'm going to have to fix that. What a mess. So in here, this fuse box bracket had been broken where this main cable was wedged through it. This was actually hanging out. But just be aware, all these metal bits in there are all sharp edges that can earth out. So when you're pushing this battery back in, don't force it. Make sure everything's out of the way. Let's look. See what it's done to the wiring. Now you could see that looking with the mirror through the top here, and it's like millimetres away from the underneath of the seat. Accident waiting to happen. And look at that. that's been forced. You can see the way it's kinked. That's just where it's forced in. So just be gentle when the battery's going back in. Right, so back on track now. I've re-insulated this one. This one's just split, but the red one, the insulation's gone all the way around it. So I've cut that off, put a new length of cable in, soldered it, and put some heat shrink on it further down out the way. So this is the danger area where it's all been kinked. There were some marks on this red one as well. So just be aware that someone may have been in here before you and made a pig's ear of it. I suspect my cable's a little bit routed wrong because it should go in like this and then you do it up tight and slide it round, but I'm going to put mine on slightly loose and nip it up with a spanner from the inside. We're nearly there. Pull the covers off the new battery. I've got the transit plugs out and that's where that's going to plug in. We're going to need the little elbow for this because I didn't pull it off at the beginning. So I need the little elbow to make sure the breather goes on. I found the battery clamp, which was handy. It's in the glove box. So at least there's something. The bolts are still in here, so at least I didn't throw that away. So whoever did it must have known it wasn't right. The fact that they probably had to get a foot behind it to push it in there, but anyway, what should happen, like I say, we should be able to just bolt this up to the positive. But I think where my loom's been kinked, that may not be an option, so I'll try it. Give that a little twist so it seats down. Don't be tempted to hammer it at home. See, right there, that's why we do the positive first. Because if the negative was on, that would complete the circuit. I mean, on this battery, you can't. Make sure that's tight. Make sure these looms are nowhere near anything sharp. I'll try this way, but if not, I'll have to get to it from under the seat. Now, this is probably where it went wrong last time, for whoever did it. Some plastic clips. If you grab hold of the loom through this gap, you can steer it in the right direction rather than pushing it with this hoofing great battery. Once you get it lined up, gently go. Yeah, look. It's in there gently now. I'll get a light and check that there's no cables being caught. I'm not going to put that earth on until we've seen the side. I have to ignore the flickering, but see that cable there, that's clear of the guide channel for the battery. I don't know if you better see it. See that plastic up the top there? That's what I believe it was catching on when they were doing it last time. This thing here, the loom catches on that as you're shoving the battery back, and that's what it all got bent out of shape. And that fuse box there was hanging out. It was all pushed forward because this side clip's been broken by someone forcing the battery in. So just be aware if you do this, gently. That's not touching anything there. It's up against the battery, but that's kind of all right. Now we know that's okay, we can gently slide this out. And then get this on. It's going a little bit further. There we go. There's no big sparks or anything, which is good. Turn that so it sits 90 degrees, that's nice and on there. Make sure it's on. Now you want this firm, but obviously it's not holding the weld together, so don't over tighten it, but you don't want it loose either. Now we can push this in, clip our hose in, and more importantly, for the first time since I've owned it, battery will actually be clamped down. If you work on stuff and you don't put all the bolts back, you're not doing it right. Manufacturers don't put bolts in for no reason, you know. There's a bracket there. Oh, let's leave that out. That'd be fine. No. I was looking at these brackets online, and most of the second-hand ones are quite rusty. So, although this one looks brand new, which is intriguing. Someone gets one because they knew it was missing, perhaps. Plot thickens. Right, battery's in. We've got to put this cover on. It just clips in. There's 2 holes in the handle. Probably would have been easier to do it while it was off. Right, let's try starting it up. Right, ignition on. Service B. Press and hold the 0. Press this button here, and then press the up button. Pass service B, battery voltage 11.8. Not surprising because it's been sitting, but let's try starting it. Well, it didn't go down below 10, so that's better. Obviously this is brand new battery, it's going to take a while to get up to where it needs to be, I suppose. But that sounded like it had a little bit more enthusiasm for starting. Good. Happy with that. Right, so we just need to set the clock now. So if we press the left hand button until we get to settings, and press the top button, and then if you're not on clock, you can use the right plus or minus to go up or down, but when you're on clock, press the up button. That'll bring you to the hours, so we need to change the hours, so it's 15. Press the up button again now and change the minutes. It's 01. And we want 24 hour. Press the up button again. That's the clock done. Cover back in. That's that. And then, so you don't have to take the seat out, but it gives you a little bit more access. This should have been a lot more straightforward. You should just need one tool for the mounting clamp and for the battery terminal clamps, and that's it, you're good to go. Obviously mine got a little bit technical, shall we say, because someone tried forcing it in. So just be aware when you're putting the battery back in, be careful with the cables. Don't ram it in. There's a couple of fuse boxes there, and there's a plastic bracket across the top which the main lead can catch on, which is exactly what happened to mine. But it didn't need to be like that. However, the right battery's in there now. The voltage is better. Obviously it needs to settle down a bit because it's just out of the box, but it's as straightforward as that. So hopefully this one's helped you out. If you could like and subscribe, help me grow the channel. I'll see you on the next one.